There's been a guy that's been sitting off set that's really want to come on, and his name's Bronco, and I think he's ready. You ready, brother? Shades are looking good.
I'm ready.
Snark's at an all-time high, probably.
Hey.
He's got his, okay. You can keep the sunglasses on if you want, Bronco.
Can I?
If you want to go Bono, you can do that.
You can do that.
He's chosen not to go Bono. Okay.
Hey,
Well-
good-looking helmet.
Yeah, not bad.
Where'd you get that?
Let's see. Where did we get that helmet? That's right. You delivered that
Oh, that's right.
to us on the set.
A royal gift.
You know, when I give a gift, I like to go big. Rather than start with little things
Yeah.
and work big, I just
Is
like
that a
go.
shot at Spencer?
No, I was just, you know, I was just saying.
Okay.
Just setting a standard.
No. Bronco and I have established a very solid relationship over the Green Room Snack connection, correct?
Who would have known
I
that
know.
the Green Room Snack moniker would have now blossomed into this
Yes. Well, your wife,
relationship that you
Whatever
and I
this
have?
is.
your wife Holly walked up to me in the hotel the other day, and she's like, "Hey, Green Room Snack
Yeah.
guy," and I'm like, "All right, it is taken over in the Mendenhall home." Fair enough.
Are you loving Miami? This was an excellent choice in a bowl game, we have to say.
Anytime you have sun and ocean, those requirements and those characteristics of a bowl, once you've tasted, how do you go back? And so I think that's from now on. Any bowl game that BYU plays in has to have those two things.
Ocean and
Wow.
sun.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
can-
okay with
We
that,
can
by
kind
the
of
way.
figure out where
That's
you're
not-
going now.
I was here 10
Yeah.
minutes, and I was already thinking about how we could get back
Hawaii.
here.
Hawaii.
You could do anything in California.
San Diego.
Yeah. Okay.
There
Did
are
you
some
just-
What
options.
would be wrong with that?
Is
Just
that a
cycle.
hope, or did you just clue us into what you want
I've
to
just
actually
made it
have?
up right now. Yeah.
Bronco Mendenhall with us live from Miami Beach as the Cougars get ready for the Miami Beach Bowl, the inaugural Miami Beach Bowl at Marlins Park.
I heard your
on
guys'
Monday.
show is doing well. I mean, I heard people actually watch.
Well,
That's unreal.
It's weird. We do
You're
the show and people are
surprised?
watching. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it just, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm just,
You just did, I thought, though.
yeah. But maybe the surprise was this level. And then when I heard, like, how many people watch, it went to, like, that level. So disbelief more than surprise.
We like
Surprise
to-
would be like the starting point. Then
We like to have low expectations and then crush those. That's
Yeah.
kind of our thing.
Under promise, over deliver.
and that's what we will do.
That's kind of how
we
you guys
will
are.
continue to do it. In the way, this helmet kind of represents that, Coach. You know, you didn't. You said I'll bring you something, and then you showed up with like the gift of all gifts. So
Well, it's just, you know, sometimes you have to really get to know people before you know what to get them.
True.
And so
True.
I was just buying my time trying to get to know you guys, the personality tests that you're receiving in the mail, those kind of things. It was for me.
That was from you.
Yeah,
it's all making sense
That
now.
focus group invitation was weird. but,
exactly
yeah.
right.
The team buses just pulled up. You got finished with your third practice today. From yesterday's reports, we heard that was a solid practice. How
Yeah.
was today's practice before Monday?
It was good. So today was lighter than yesterday from a physical standpoint, but more focused from a mental standpoint. I'm not ever able to for sure say how we're going to play or where the team is, but I really liked our preparation. I think they've done a good job, and I sure hope it reflects on how they play.
Seems like there's been a little bit of drama between misquotes or whatever. People asking, hey, did Memphis go to Provo? Did Christian Stewart say they're going to score on every possession? It's pre-bowl. It's been fun that way for you, I imagine.
So I didn't know anything about that. I was asked for the very first time after practice today, so I still don't know exactly what's been said. So what's been said?
That Memphis visited BYU to learn about defense.
Oh,
Did that happen?
no. There was a phone call, actually, that
You can do it that way, too, I guess.
their
right?
defensive coordinator called and was interested in a few of our ideas on third down and nickel package, and so Coach Howell did exchange some ideas that way.
How often does that kind of thing happen in the offseason where you're just exchanging ideas with these guys?
Quite a bit, and hard to ever know for sure who you're going to end up playing. But, yeah, there was an idea or two, but, yeah, that was the extent of it. So what else? What else do I need to know?
Okay, let's see what else. There was
Christian Stewart said he's a confident dude,
Yeah.
and so people like to take his quotes, something to the extent of, "Oh, I feel like on every, we're going to be able to pass the ball, we're going to be able to score on every possession." You kind of want your
Why would your quarterback
to
not
be
say that?
confident, though, right?
We feel like we can score on every possession.
Well, every play that's designed in football is designed to score. So you actually block every player, and if everyone does their job, then it will go for touchdown. So,
Wild logic.
yeah, I mean, so the thought that then possibly if you execute really well that you could score, on every possession. If you executed really well, you could score every play. I'm not sure anyone has ever, well, no one's ever done that, but I don't have any issues with that. And if anyone knows Christian, and to say that he's braggadocious or anything else that might come along that way, no chance.
There's a difference between being confident and being braggadocious, as you just brought up, and certainly Christian falls into the category of just confidence. At least that's my take from him.
I would say confident, but if you're looking for anyone that might be understated, he's probably the most understated confident person that there ever is. So he's understated, conscientious, confident. And so if anyone got him to say that they might score on every possession, I'd like to meet who that is and just say, okay, wow.
I think his intent was, we feel like
Is
every
that your
time we
car
go on
alarm,
the
Bronco?
field.
It could be.
All
You
right.
left your keys in there?
I'm just trying to figure out who would have driven it to Miami.
Bronco Mendenhall with us on BYU Sports Nation, live from Miami Beach at the Lowe's Hotel.
That's what makes their show authentic, though, when you have car alarms in the background.
That we've always said that, yeah.
I mean, it's nice to be at the hotel, but if you can have a car alarm or two,
It's the
may
live
add that
element.
in
and then motorcycle, etc., it's authentic.
Yeah, Lamborghinis driving in the
Yeah.
background on South Beach. Yeah, you can't plan
And
for
you
that.
guys are in shorts, that's amazing.
Spencer wore white pants 2 days ago.
Did
Are
you guys
a guy that
happen to
don't-
see the offensive coaching staff
Yeah.
travel pictures?
I wanted to
Garrett
get in
T-
the spirit.
Garrett 2J's pants, what can you tell us about, or that whole get-up?
Yeah, I don't think you just go with the pants there because there was a matching top with it. And there is a carnival in town, and they're using his clothes right now for a canopy.
I don't even know where he got the big and tall store. Those were huge.
I'm not sure either.
What color was that? Like
I think he called it lemon.
lemon.
Yeah.
Lemon.
When there's not like a pure color, you go with like the tastes of things or fruits, and so lemon.
Well, then you saw Michael Elise's pink shorts. How would you describe his pink shorts with a taste?
That's a watermelon.
That's good.
Sweet and sour.
A sour watermelon.
This experience is so unique because it's sort of a celebration of the season, a reward for what you've done and earned the bowl. Yet you've got a game you've got to play. How do you manage that?
Yeah, I miss a lot heavier on the game to play component. That the players come already programmed for the reward, and so someone has to add the balance of work, because that's when you come to Miami. I mean, how are you going to just think the first thing I want to do now is go practice? I watched them come off the plane, and one at a time it was feel the weather, see the sun, smile. Feel the weather, see the sun, smile. It was just one after another. And so really for the coaching staff, all we've done is pick up our office, move it, put it down here, and the days are exactly the same. For the players, they just don't have school, and practice is early in the morning. Then they have the rest of the day to be in Miami. So
We've discussed
awesome.
that magic number 9 with Christian Stewart and Jordan Leslie and Mitch Matthews and Michael Elisa. And everybody is aware of that. After a winless October, for this team to have an opportunity to get to the 9-win mark and have one more win than the previous 2 seasons, how much weight are you and the coaches and the players placing in getting to 9?
a lot. Very, very seldom do I even talk about winning with our team. I just talk about execution and performance. But I wouldn't be being truthful with them if I didn't say, man, this is a huge game as far as I'm concerned. And the 9th win as a culmination of this season would mean a lot. And not only do I want it personally and maybe even selfishly, I would love to have it for this particular team and this particular group of players going out as kind of the signature of this season. So it's important.
This is the first time we've talked to you post-Cal, where you had that crazy celebration in the locker room. Take us back to maybe that moment and how you can leverage that into this game somehow.
I'm not sure it can be leveraged other than just the emotion and how it felt and how sincere it was, I think, from all parties. That was more of a culmination and a celebration of a year rather than one game. The game was fitting because it went right down to the end, and we had to try so hard to make that happen, which is kind of what's happened this season. But yeah, really, really kind of raw and genuine and sincere emotion all coming out at the same time from a lot of different people, and it felt good.
The fist pumps were so precise, too. I mean,
There was
just
great form in that, I thought. Huh?
So I don't know how or who captured it, but I
Your
kind of...
your football video staff,
Well, there
I
you
believe.
go. I kind of feel undressed. Number 1, I didn't approve it. Number 2, I didn't know it was being distributed. And number 3, I didn't know anyone was watching it. So, yeah.
Would you have kibosh that,
but it
or
was
were you
awesome.
okay with it?
It was awesome, though.
Was it awesome?
Yes.
I haven't seen it myself.
Is that who you really are in that moment?
I can't tell you that.
Bronco Mendenhall with us on BYU Sports Nation. The Cougars preparing to play in the Miami Beach Bowl against the Memphis Tigers on Monday at Marlins Park. You had dinner last night at Marlins Park before the team went to watch the Heat and the Wizards play in an NBA game. Did you get a chance to see the setup and how things are coming along there?
It's cool. It is one of the coolest venues that I've seen. And, man, not only is Miami a really fantastic place, but to see the Marlins Park and the retractable roof and how close the seats are, it's an amazing place to play. So I feel lucky to be here.
The dirt's in play, right? The infield?
So the dirt is actually covered by sod. They put sod in, I think it was 11 days ago, and so there's a slight discoloration between the regular grass and the sod. The only part that's not grass, home plate, and that's out of play, if I remember right, from what I saw yesterday.
What is the toughest part to prepare for when you look at the Memphis Tigers? Like, what concerns you the most about what their team is able to do?
Schematically, they have excellent schemes. So their head coach was the offensive coordinator at TCU when they were and still are very strong. But those schemes have always been difficult to defend. TCU had excellent athletes and players in addition, and so when you put that with the scheme, you generate a ton of points. So Memphis, in relation to their conference, has the same type of caliber of players in a very good scheme with a really strong quarterback. Tall, 6'6"-ish, I would say, and more mobile than what you'd think. And so they stretch the field in all different kinds of ways and try to use athletes in space with hard concepts to defend with a system defensively that's similar to ours. So good combination.
Will it be any different than what you saw against California with their dynamic receivers and athletes?
Much different in terms of California is so one-dimensional in terms of throwing the football. TCU really attacks you in about every way possible. Down the field, throwing, on the perimeter running, screens, wheel routes, inside runs, and then quarterback runs. So a lot more diversity.
Trying to figure out how good Memphis is. Tri-champs, tied with UCF, but they didn't play East Carolina. They didn't play UCF either. Yet there's still a good matchup for you in this bowl game.
I would say the litmus test or the thermometer or barometer for Memphis would be their 41-10 win over Cincinnati, because Cincinnati did play East Carolina and there was a little crossover in there, and so 41-10 against that team, pretty impressive. And then I would go to week 2 or week 3 where they played UCLA and 42-35.
So that's the team.
It was a tie game with 4 minutes left on the road.
Those two games to me, if I'm trying to gauge who are we playing, and I was trying to say, okay, where are they? I've used those two.
So you don't use the Houston game.
Houston game, the turnovers. So easy to go right to that game, and it makes a lot of sense. And I think there were 3 turnovers, and so certainly that was the next in line in terms of looking at personnel. And we struggled to beat Houston, and if the turnovers don't happen, it's probably a similar type scoring game.
Yeah, Memphis had 5 turnovers in that loss to Houston.
5.
And still almost won that game, lost 28-24. The Tigers, they have a good coach in Coach Fuente, and he's received a lot of honors. He's been on a lot of, watch lists for positions moving up, but he decided to stay with Memphis. Do you know much about him or have any interactions with him other than the fact he coached at TCU?
I don't. I hadn't met him until the pre-bowl press conference, and so I've just known him by reputation. But anytime you take a team that hasn't gone to a bowl for a long, long time and hasn't had 9 wins in a long, long time, it usually isn't an accident, and it's not random. So he's well deserving of whatever attention he's getting.
Since Boise State, has Nick Howe called all the plays on defense?
Yes.
So was it the same as pre-Boise State, post-Boise State?
I've just been in every meeting with the defensive staff, and so it was clear to me that not only was this group of players not as experienced and didn't have nearly as much margin for error once Taysom went out, but doing that with 4 coaches rather than 5 was just simply limiting the resources and doing it without the most experienced defensive coach. And so all I've done is insert myself in terms of another set of eyes, another coach in that room, and then generating and asking the right questions maybe at the right time, making sure the view has been comprehensive enough to add just more help.
Were you surprised at the impact on defense from the lack of Taysom?
Sure.
It's an interesting correlation.
A lot of my original decision to be able to be just the head coach was to make sure that we were using and leveraging Taysom to the highest level, knowing that we were a little bit youthful on defense. But if we generated enough points and created a dynamic there that was almost unstoppable, that this side could grow and learn and develop. And so there was an acknowledgement that even in where I chose to be at the beginning, I did underestimate, though, the level of confidence / chemistry / identity of the team when Taysom went out, not just the performance.
National championship match for BYU women's volleyball tonight, Coach.
So good.
Yeah, that is. It's been a fantastic storyline.
Our hospitality room was just erupting with players watching and the final points as they beat Texas. And man, what an awesome thing! And that's exactly the vision I have for what BYU sports is. It's fantastic.
BYU and Texas. It's been 5-0 for BYU since 2012.
Good matchup.
Are you going to get a Christmas card from the Texas Athletic Department this year?
It just continues the logic for BYU in the Big 12. It just continues to wherever you turn, whatever sport you turn to.
You have to pay. You think you have to pay attention, seeing what is happening across that wide array of sports. Oh, speaking of the serial photo bomber.
Hey, do you just want a photo bomb right now?
Every interview. Hey, you need to come get in this one. Jordan Leslie has just walked by the set.
He said he was already in the background.
He's got like twigs and bushes behind his.
Okay. There he is. Jordan Leslie with Coach Mendenhall.
There he is, the one and only.
Hey, good to see you, Jordan. Nice shot last night, by the way, at the NBA game.
I told everybody I could play on the BYU.
Yeah, he says he's ready.
So he can play on the
all
basketball
I heard
team.
about that, because I was in the bathroom, is I heard that Memphis did it in 33 seconds and our team did it in 55 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is,
that's all I heard.
our first 3 shots were good. The half-court shot is what took
Our
us
first 3
forever.
shots were good. The half-court shots
Did they have to
That's
make
what
that
Jordan
shot?
says.
Okay, nice talking to you, Jordan.
Jordan takes up. The photo bomb squad.
He runs away. Bronco, great to have you with
Thanks.
us in Miami Beach for the insight, and we wish you the best of luck on Monday at Marlins Park.
See you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.